Hey, it's Heather, and today, lemon risotto. Now I know that sounds complicated, but really it's not. If you can stir and you can chop, you can make risotto. Granted, it takes a little time, but it teaches that great kitchen skill, patience. Okay, so I'm going to turn my pan on, and you'll notice in this pan I have a simmering pot of chicken stock, high quality, no salt, diluted with water. The first thing we're going to do is add just a little touch of olive oil, maybe a tablespoon, and a little bit of butter. And I'm going to cook off shallots and leeks. Of course you can use onions, but this is what I like. It has a nice sophisticated flavor. And lemon risotto doesn't have a lot going on. So I just want to get this nice and soft. But it has flavor, but every component really counts because it doesn't have that much in it. All right, so we're just going to get this soft but not brown. Okay, now it's time to add our arborio rice, which is a short grain rice that has lots of starch. The beauty of risotto is that it creates this lovely creaminess just from the rice. And as you can see, I'm now going to stir it so that all the rice is coated. And I'm going to cook it for a little while. I want it to get just a little toasted, and the kind of cool thing about this is that you can literally use your ears to determine how ready it is. It takes about 2 minutes. Now you can see and hear that little clinking. It's like a dryer sound, and you can also take a look that it's like almost a little translucent on the end. So we are now ready to add our first liquid, which will not be the stock. It will be wine, because wine has a lot of flavor, and the first thing you add in there, it really gets inside the rice. Okay, so here we go. Half a cup white wine. And I'm just going to stir, here's the stirring part, until it's mostly absorbed. And as I do that, you will see it gets richer and creamier as the starches start to release. So now I have my handy ladle and my stock here simmering. And I'm going to start to add the stock, just barely to cover. It's a very rich chicken stock, which will look lovely when the rice is done. And that, folks, is the most technical it gets, except of course, like I said, for the waiting, the meditative waiting. Now, the thing about risotto is, you know how you tell it's ready? You taste it. It is ready when it's done. It takes as much liquid as it takes. So you need to have a little extra stock and just be prepared to sort of test it as you go. As you can see, things are starting to change a little bit here. It's a nice creamy sauce. The rice is getting bigger. So I'm going to add some seasoning. A little salt. Remember, I've had no salt in here whatsoever. Not in the stock or anything, so I'm not going to be shy. And a little pepper. And I'm going to add part of the lemon juice. I want to start to build that layer. Okay, now I'm thinking we're about done. So we're going to taste. That's the really only way to tell. Perfect. The kernels have like a little bite, but not a crunch. You know what I mean? Which is what we're after. So what I'm going to do now is stir in some lemon, the rest of my lemon, which is about the juice of 2 lemons. Not the seeds, though. And zest. Love me some zest. And now it gets good, because you stir in the good stuff. Butter. And, of course, a little Parmesan cheese. Now, here's the thing with risotto. It doesn't wait for you. While you're cooking it, you may be able to saute a pork chop or some shrimp that you can serve with it, maybe a few vegetables. But everything's got to be waiting at the table. See you there. All right, here it is, lemon risotto. I'm serving it with some sauteed vegetables and a sauteed pork chop that I sliced up, made a little jus. Absolutely delicious. The wine is a Verdicchio from Italy. Italy is packed with wonderful whites beyond Pinot Grigio. I encourage you to try them all. I'm going to taste my delicious creamy risotto with a little pork. There it is. Wow, really good match. The risotto, beautifully rich and creamy. Perfect with the pork, the lemon and the pork. And then it meets the Verdicchio just at the right note. The Verdicchio has a nice citrus note, but it also has a little body, so it's a nice match. Please share this with those you love. for wines and recipes and much, much more, please visit my website, sogood.tv.